Fuck it, let's go live. Let's see what happens. Up right. What's going on, people? Everybody doing all right? It should just, shouldn't it? How we doing? What's going on? Who's all here? What's up, Brett, Randy? What's going on, people? What are you guys up to? Shane, welcome. Like, why isn't it just... Should just come up, shouldn't it? So I guess I might have to do this the other way. I just don't know why this is not coming together. Who's on right now? I just don't know why I can't get it on TikTok. There we go. That one's working. Let's get. Oh, oh. Well, I can just go live from here. Hey, Bill, what's going on? You have an ongoing live and it. Why isn't it connected to the same Wi-Fi? There it is.
Trump borrowed $10 million from Melania. He
$10
spent
million.
it all. Oh, what you look at?
There it is. Finally. How do I go back? Where she goes. There she goes. Anybody on? There we go. See if we can get some people on here. What's up, Dylan? What are you up to, brother? Hope y'all doing good. It's been a while since I've been on. It's been a couple days at least. What's up, Wayne? How you doing, brother? Uh-oh. My camera froze up. Let me see. Yeah, isn't it great, buddy? I Super Cholo. Out of curiosity, I'm currently getting my CCL. I already did the class and passed. What are the odds of actually getting my license? I mean, your concealed carry license? I'm assuming that's what you mean? Yeah, Wayne. I'm in the process of trying to get that fixed. I'm not sure why it's frozen. It's just the one camera? Two cameras. Let's see. There's one. I mean, as long as you don't have any kind of a background, Super Cholo, you shouldn't be a problem with you getting it. Oh, you're on probation. For a year, you won't get it. Yeah, I mean, I'd be very shocked if you did, bud. Hi, camera set. Yeah, two cameras, right? And this is the other one. I know they're all working now. Currently 27 what? Are they working now? There we go. There we go. Took me a minute, but I got it. What you been up to, Wayne? Everything good? How's the wife? Manga doing all right? All right. I'm going to make a little bit of noise here. Yeah, it's hot. It is definitely hot. He's on TikTok. So I got these plates my buddy made me, and well, stupid me, I put them in the dishwasher to clean them, and you can see what happened to them. So now I'm just going to try and heat them up, see if I can flatten them out again. Yeah, it always has a lag. Yeah, Facebook's always had a lag, buddy. There's at least a 30-second, I think. Hey there, Jordan. How are you, buddy? Thanks for joining. Big Daddy. So I'm running a multi-platform here, so I'm doing great, Jordan. How are you? So there's multiple chats, so if you think I'm talking to myself, I'm actually not. Where are you from, Jordan? Indiana. We're in Indiana. Muncie. Oh, cool. Are you a 2A fan? Do you like the pew pews? Drone cowboy. What's going on, man? Yeah, I like the pew pews too. Herman, how are you? Thanks for joining. What do you carry, Jordan? Team of the 90s. I like Team of the 90s. Hey, if you guys can do some likes and shares, I'd appreciate it. Glock 17, that's a big boy. Just a standard or MOS? Cool. Abdul, how are you? You find that easy to conceal carry, or do you think that's kind of hard? Is it too big? Ah, Lewis, how are you? Crystal, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. I'm looking for some likes and shares, guys. Likes and shares. That'd be great. Ah, you're in the reserves. Thank you for your service, buddy. I do appreciate our volunteers and our military. This is the first time you've been on with us, Jordan? What are you looking for smaller? Send me a picture of your products and I'll share them in the group for you. Thanks, Wayne. I appreciate that. You want my shirts and everything? Shirts, hats? No worries, Jordan. Who's my admin for Facebook? Zach, what's going on, Zach? Anna, are you doing Facebook or are you doing TikTok? Who's doing Facebook? So, Zach, I'm an idiot, right? So, give me 1 second, Zach. Alicia, can you send Wayne a couple of our pictures of the products that we have? Because he wants to share them with his group. Shirt, hat, cleaners, all that stuff. So, Zach, this is a little embarrassing. My buddy made me these pretty awesome part trays for when I break down pew-pews. And they are like magnetized and everything. Well, they were filthy dirty. So I threw them in the dishwasher. And when they came out, they're all fakakta. So now I'm trying to heat them up so I can flatten them out some. So, Wayne, you like the cleaner, buddy? It works good, don't it? Zach, I got a rifle question for you. Are you still on? Jordan, I'm from Pennsylvania. All right, Zach, listen to this. I had a customer who dropped off 3 rifles for some gunsmithing. The one rifle, he said that his charging handle and his bolt carrier were seized. All right? Now, this is going to blow your mind, Zach. And I honestly don't know the answer to this question. How is it possible that the charging handle and the bolt carrier seize with a bullet in the chamber and the bolt carrier was installed backwards? Like, how is that even possible? Jeffrey, how are you, buddy? Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I'm looking for likes and shares, guys. That would be great. Likes and shares. I'm trying to build my following. I'm trying to get it to 1,000 again. Appreciate it, Jeffrey. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm trying to get back to 1,000. I had an account of 2,700 followers, and then I got banned from TikTok. And I lost everything, all my followers. Yeah, but Zach, how do you? It'll stick out that far, right? So how are you pushing it in and being able to close it? And how does the bullet get in the chamber? He claims hammer. Like a physical hammer. He claims he was at the range and it just stopped working. And that he couldn't get the handle to go. Hey, Mike, how are you? Mike who? From where? Where do I know you, Mike? I just don't know how that happens, buddy. Bethpage, Tennessee. There we go. Ah, Mike, how are you, buddy? You found me. I appreciate you coming and finding me, buddy. Did you sneak out and shoot him? Yeah, you went to go shoot, huh? How'd you like it? Everything work out fine? Oh, you're messing with me? You never went? I would have went home and picked up the wife and said, come on, we got some testing to do. Oh, that's funny, buddy. So, you guys all see what I'm doing here to try and straighten these out. So this is like it's 3D printed. So it's very much like a Kydex. Start them young, Mike. Start them young. Do you ever buy a holster with a for a tactical light? And thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And it just quite doesn't fit. Yeah, that's happened to me quite a few times. So what I do then is I actually use my heat gun and I heat up my holster and then I reform it to the new light. Yeah, I don't know. I just do exactly what I'm doing here. I don't know if everybody can see me. If I do that. So yeah, I just heat it up. Yeah, man, the dishwasher. But I'll tell you what, I'm the fool who did it, you know? So. Hey guys, some likes and shares would really be appreciated. You guys can do a share, see if we can get some more people in here, get some likes going. Mike, did you like that optic? I appreciate the follows, guys. I really do. Thank you so much. Hit that notification button, subscribe. I'm looking for 50 roses. 50 roses on TikTok is my goal. Looking for teammates. I'm looking to get to 1,000. So whatever you guys can do, I would appreciate it. And then on Facebook, I'm looking for stars and I'm looking for subscribers. Yeah, Mike, if you like it, man, bring it by. I'll install it for you. Vent, how are you, man? The boss said yes, huh? She said yes to the optic, kind of like yes for the dress. Really should do a cleanup down here. I've been so busy the last couple of days. Put this as a weight. Tony Watson, how are you, buddy? Appreciate you. Likes and shares, I would appreciate it, please. Looking for follows, stars on Facebook, subscribers on Facebook. Zach, I love We the People holsters. I'm an affiliate of theirs. We the People holsters are pretty awesome. I got quite a few of them. Yeah, we the People, man, have some really gold. All right, Wayne. I'll see you in a few. We the People have some really great products, man. I mean, they have some great apparel. Well, not as good as mine. Mine's better, obviously. All right, so if you guys are looking for some shirts right here, right? I got some shirts. We got the really awesome hat, really awesome Mag5 Firearms hat right there, right? You guys can see all that. Yeah, man. But yeah, it's really, they have some really great stuff. What you should do, Zach, if you're looking for their things, go to my website, mag5firearms.net, and I have a whole section just for just for all the affiliate stuff that I'm doing, you know? And I even have like a discount code that's going on there. So click the link, use the code. What are you looking for? What are you looking at particularly? So I'll tell you some of my favorites. Half Pin, how are you? Thank you for joining, man. Likes and shares. Likes and shares. I'd really appreciate it, people. Hey, Lily, were you able to send that stuff? Thank you. I was going to say get the shirt and hats, most importantly, the cleaner and oil. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that, brother. Just so everybody knows, I'm not talking to myself. I got a multi-platform live going on. I got YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So it goes in your vest pocket, huh? So you got it up here. You know what I was gonna say? They make an awesome sling. They make a real awesome sling. I love their slings. I love their holsters. They make some great leggings for the ladies. Makes their ass pop. Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really great stuff, man. Like I said, check it out on my website. I got a whole, I have a whole section of affiliates that I belong to. Guns.com, We the People. It's like a collaborations page, you know? Asago, you guys familiar with Asago? If you carry, you guys should belong to Asago. It's a membership program. You guys heard of Midwest, what's it called? Midwest Shootery? There's a whole bunch of them. Hey, Mike, did your son like the shirt? Monica, how are you? Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. We got a lively crowd tonight. I'm really happy with it. Let's keep it going. But they do make really great like what do you call it? Shoulder holsters, buddy. It's like the ones that go over the shoulders. Shares and likes, guys, so I can get some shares and likes. TikTok, I'm looking for 1,000. I'm looking for 1,000 followers. So if we can get there, I'd appreciate it. Looking for 1,000 followers. I'm looking for roses. Looking to get some roses. 50 is my goal for tonight. I need some teammates. Farm counselor, how are you? On Facebook, I'm looking for stars and subscribers. Let's talk about situational training. How many people actually, congrats, Zach, lit up the roses. Zach, thanks so much, buddy. Appreciate that, brother. Wow, thank you so much. Let's talk about situational training, man. How many of you guys actually do situational training? Zach, that's so awesome, man. Thank you so much. I'm going to have to reset my goal. That's awesome. We're going to do some goats. There we go. That's awesome, man. All right, guys, I'm looking for teammates. If we can make that happen, I'd appreciate it. Looking for one. Who's going to be a teammate of mine? My man, Zach, look at you, brother. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Yeah, but it's more than just watching your surroundings, brother, right? Like, how do you train for that? Yes, you're watching your back at all times, but how do you train for that, man? You know, you're at the range. Where are you shooting from? How are you shooting? Are you shooting from the holster? Are you shooting from the way you carry? Like, what are you doing? You know, these are all things that, you know, especially with what's going on in the world now, man, we should all be like training in situational trainings, right? Zach, my man. Number 6 fan in the fan club. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, Wayne. That's so awesome. So when you go to the range, how are we practicing? Catfish, how are you, man? Thanks for coming on. This is actually a pretty important lesson, man. It's all seriousness. When you guys are at the range, how often do you go? And anybody can answer. What the hell am I doing? So this is a parts tray that was made for me. A buddy of mine made that for me. And I needed to clean it, so I threw it in the dishwasher. So that happened. So I'm heating it up with a heat gun, trying to flatten it back out again. Because a buddy of mine made it and I loved it and I don't want to ruin it and throw it out. What was the question? The question is how do you train for situational training? All right, what do you do? How do you I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Not enough because of the range you're talking about, yeah? ETA, how are you, man? Yeah, I get that, you know. Depends on the situation. Yeah, you're right. It does depend on the situation. But how do you train for those real life situations? I guess is the truest thing. You know, you really gotta take a step back and think to yourself, right? How do I defend myself? How do I defend my family, my kids, right? You know, I'm the type of person that, you know, I mean, can I draw? Sure, absolutely. I think doing whatever you can to build your ability and, more importantly, your confidence. Yeah, Catfish, that's absolutely true. That's very true. You know, but I guess what my question really is what are we doing to train for that, though, right? So, like, here's where I'm coming from with this, right? So, you know, if I'm out with my family and something happens and it's, you know, 10 yards away, what am I going to do? Right? Chances are, yeah, that's right, Zach. That's right. The chances are I'm gonna bolt, right? I'm gonna grab my kids and my wife and we're gonna get the fuck out of there. All right? But what happens if it's closer than that? What happens if it's 7 yards away? All right? Or if it's 5 yards away? So I guess what I mean is, do you train for that? Do you train for something that's going to happen within 7 yards of you? Here's a fun fact. It would take one person 7 seconds to reach you at 7 yards. Right? So let's put that into perspective. Now we got to be able to train ourselves to draw, aim, and fire at 7 yards. Right? So when we go to the range, what are we doing? I guess my question is to everybody, what are we doing at the range? Are we shooting, 20 yards away with your pew pew? Is that situational? Right? At 20 yards, are you really going to pull your gun or are you going to try and get away? I don't know. My mindset is I'm going to try and get away, right? I don't want to kill somebody, right? That's not that's not my nature. I don't want to do that. I will if I have to. That's a difference. All right? But if something's happening at 7 yards or less, and that's where you feel the threat, right? So how do you train for that? So my answer for me is that I train at 7 yards at the range. No more than 10. And I'm practicing off the holster, right? However I carry is the way I'm training at the range, right? Because do I really care if I can hit somebody at 20 yards? No, I don't, because I'm not going to fire at 20 yards, right? But I'll fire at 7 or less, because that's where and when the threat truly is, you know? You need to find someone that is professionally trained, police or military, to teach you. That's just my opinion. I've seen too many people that watch videos and have accidents practicing. Yeah, I've seen that too, Wayne. But that actually was advice from an ex-cop. That's actually where I learned it from. Yeah, pro help is a great idea, and that's what Wayne was just saying on his thing. He's absolutely right. I don't disagree with that, right? Having pro help is absolutely. In my range, they don't just let anybody pull from the holster. Yeah, you're not. You're right. Don't ignore it, but that's not where I'm drawing from, right? I don't know, 20, 30 yards. If there's that much distance, I'm running. Again, that's just my opinion. I'm just curious. I raised that question because I'm just curious what everybody else thinks, right? But I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I just think that, what does everybody else do? I take some pretty awesome classes where I go, and they teach you, shooting under a car, shooting behind barriers, right? So, and those are obviously staged, right? Active shooter situations, yeah, man. Are you Catfish? Are you confident enough that you can play hero? I mean, I don't know. Wayne, absolutely, Wayne. Everybody has an opinion. I'm not upset by it at all. At all. I just, I'm just kind of, I'm just asking people's opinions. So what's your opinion? I think that's great. What would you do, Wayne? How do you train? I'm curious to know. Too fat to run. Believe you me, Zach. I'm no Slim Jim either. Well, I think for me that if I have the opportunity to run or leave or escape, I think that's the route I'm gonna go. All right. And I agree with that 100%, Catfish. And I'm not even sure if there's a wrong answer here. I don't know. Wayne, what would you do, Wayne? I'm just curious. Danny boy, how are you? Thanks for joining. Looks like I got 5 people on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and yeah, that's awesome. If I can move and get away, that's what I do first. And if I cannot move, get away, I open fire. After opening fire on me first, I'm moving back. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do, like I was trained in law enforcement. So how's that different than what I said? I'm just curious. To me, that sounds the same thing. If there's a chance to get away, get away. Yeah, Catfish, I think I agree with you with that one. Yeah, Catfish, I am. I'm doing a multi-platform. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So I have multiple chats going on. Coco, how are you? Big John, Big G. Yes. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Catfish. And what Catfish said, glitching bad. Uh, I don't know how to fix that. Catfish, that just goes to what I'm saying, because you're right, though. Even with extensive training, you still go on instinct. Your instinct is just trained instinct. You're absolutely right. So I guess my original question is, what do you do to train for that instinct? Vincent, I'm having issues with Facebook, YouTube. It's glitching, and that's OBS. Is there something I can do, you think, or? Well, they saying that there's a pretty bad lag, and glitching is what the comments are. I can't hear you. What? Wayne, they're looking into it. My IT people. I don't know. It was just a question that was raised in another platform that I was listening to, and I think it's a great question, and I was curious to know what other people do. You know, and it's good to talk about these things too, right? Because if there's a better way for me to train, yeah, Wayne, exactly, Wayne. That's kind of what I was saying, and Catfish actually reiterated the same thing down here, on the other platform. It's but I guess the more you train, the more it becomes muscle memory, right? But is there a specific training that you do for that? Like, is there, like I said, when I'm at the range, I go under 7 yards, right? 7 to 10 yards, and I train from my holster, right? So what do you guys do to train? I want to learn something new. I want to, try something different. Is it just practice at 10, 15 yards every time you go, or is there something you set up or whatever? Huh? Okay. It could have just been a temporary thing. There we go. Look at that. One flattened. Ta-da. Well, as flat as it looks like it's going to get. Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. Yes, your finger, paw, and your eyes, the enemy and barrel at the same time is what you need to practice on. Trigger control. Trigger control. That's that's definitely a big one that not many people think about. You're right, man. A lot of people forget the basics, Catfish, right? Grip, trigger finger, stance, right? Muscle memory is what is the common denominator here that a lot of you guys keep saying. I don't just, yeah, I think those are all correct. If you're the fastest gun and can center punch a skull at 30 yards under pressure, I mean, you think that's an accurate thing that a lot of people can do, Catfish? Is that something? I mean, if that's the case, I feel like I got to train more and harder. I don't think I can do a bullseye at 30 yards under pressure. Hey guys, thanks for joining. Let's take a second and just do some likes and shares. I would appreciate it. And again, I'm looking for goats on TikTok. Looking for goats. I'm looking for hearts, likes. I'm looking for followers. I'm trying to get to 1,000. I would appreciate it. And then Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, you're not wrong there, Catfish. Yeah, and on Facebook, I'm looking for stars. I'm looking for subscribers. So whatever we can do, right? If you guys are looking for some awesome apparel, we got Mag5 Firearm T-shirts and hats that we have for sale. It's on the Instagram shop and Facebook shop. And then I also have gun cleaner and oil, Mag5 Firearms gun cleaner and oil. You guys should check it out. It's www.facebook.com/Mag5 Firearms/shop. Yes. Hesitation does cause mistakes. Yeah, it's like driving a car, right? Confidence is definitely a key factor in all that. Wayne, I'm curious, when you were in SWAT, what kind of training did they put you through? Like, was it just at the range, target practice at different distances, or did they, like, did you have to do like Hogan's Alley? Did you, like, what kind of stuff did you do when you were on SWAT? Angels, how are you? Thank you for joining. I appreciate you being here. Anybody can chime in on these conversations, by the way, so there's no, it's not a private one. Curious to know everybody's information, their thoughts. You had to run, you had to shoot, you had to do. Oh, okay. So, Wayne, if I were to hire you to be my trainer, what kind of drills would you put me through? Besides weight loss. Charlie Pickums, thank you for joining, man. Appreciate it. Ah, yeah, okay. How to work together going through rooms, like who goes in first, right? Clearing the room, who comes in behind, like kind of that kind of thing. Controversial opinions, but there's a place you're willing to go without a CCW, except hospitals. You are not wrong there, Catfish. It is controversial, and we're, again, I hope no one's getting upset. I'm just kind of curious, what people do, you know. I mean, the first thing I think one of the first things for me is always carry, right? Always carry. It shouldn't just be in certain situations, you know. Like if somebody were to kick in my door, how far is my pew pew from where I'm at, right? To be able to engage. Do I have to go into, I don't know. There's lots of opinions about this, but do I have to go into a safe to get it, or do I have it on my hip, right? Or, in the car? Is it in your glove box? Is it in your hip? I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know if there really is one. You know, but I know for me, let's make sure it's on you. You got to carry. Yeah, absolutely, Wayne. Everybody has the right to protect themselves and their family. That's number one. That's number one in my cause and my right. If you're at home, someone breaks into your house, you have your gun by you. I hope so. You're right. And what Wayne's saying, if you're at home, someone breaks into your house, you have your gun by you, wherever that is, right? How long does it take for you to call the cops and by the time they show up? Uh, at home, my gun is in my holster, in my table, next to my bed. Holster. I'm not putting it in no box. You don't know how long. Yeah, I'm the same way, Wayne. I have it right next to my bed, right? The one thing that my wife does is she has a carry bag. So she has hers in a little stowaway compartment in her bag. And I just think that's such a bad idea because how long does it take you? Yes, I'm exactly the same, Wayne. Trying to get my wife to get it out of her bag and on her hip, right? This is some great conversation. I love this. Danny, how are you? Thanks for joining. Joe Accord, how are you? Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Where are you guys from? Wait, are you the same Joseph Accord I went to high school with? You have like a gun company down in Texas? You just have to practice with the bag. I have a holster in my backpack, and it's right there as soon as you do. If you zip open, you can grab it. The name that just came across, Joe Accord, like it rang a bell. I think we went to high school together, actually, but I'm sure there's a million Joe Accords around. But anyway, the Joe Accord I know, there's a gun company in Texas that he owns. Came out with his own kind of line of like a 2011, like a 2311, I think it was. I forget what he called them. Catfish, I'll invite you to join the live in a few. Once I get this done, so then I can turn off this. All right, Wayne. I'll see you in a few. Once I turn off this heat gun. Who else we got on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube? Mike, are you still with us? Are you still on, Mike? The party tray, huh? I got one done. I'm working on the other one. One was worse than the other, too, so it's almost there. I just don't want to melt it. You know what I mean? Yeah. The guy worked hard on this for me, man. I feel, I love the tray, too. Like, I fucking use it all the time. So I'm trying to heat it up enough that hopefully I can just put a weight on it and it'll flatten out, No, it's like a Kydex, brother. What's up, Freebird? Yeah, I was saying earlier that I do this with my holsters too. Like if I get a new light for my guns and it just doesn't quite fit in the holster, I heat it up with the gun and then I reform it around the new light. Yo, Texas Corrections, how are you, man? Wow. We got some great people on tonight, man. We got the A team going on here. It's been a while since I've seen your name, brother. Where you been? Working hard or hardly working? Thank you for the likes and shares, guys. I appreciate that. Likes and shares are always good. If we can get some more people in here, I'd love it. I'm also looking for goats. I'm looking for goats on TikTok. Teammates, obviously. If you want to heart me and become a teammate, Team Mag5, I'd love it. Facebook, I'm looking for subscribers and stars. And then I'm going to plug my Facebook shop where we're selling our Mag5 Firearm t-shirts, our gun cleaner and oil, Mag5 Firearm coffee mugs. Our hats. Isn't that badass right there? That's an awesome looking hat right there, man. You guys can't. Yeah, man. Yeah, if you go on my Facebook page or my Instagram page, you go on my Facebook page or Instagram page, there's a shop button. Click that and you'll be able to see the hats, the shirts, the gun cleaner, the oil. Or you can always just go to my website, mag5firearms.net. You can order right off the website too. That would be awesome. Support a small business. Likes and shares are awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Lex, how are you, man? Why will the live end in 5 minutes? There we go. Two or three I had planned to get rid of, but they all seem possible for shooters. There's some great conversation going on right now. You guys talking about ballistics and ammo? How long you been a corrections officer there? Abu, how are you? What's going on, Josh? You guys having a lag again? Things just got a little weird. Josh, what's going on, man? Where are you from? Hey guys. Yeah, no problem. I'm trying to get some more people on here. Is Catfish still around? I tried sending him an invite, but I think I'm lagging here a little bit. There we go. Hold on. There it is. All right. And we get Sarge on. There's Catfish. All right. Yes, sir. What's that?
What's up, brother?
There we go. I got two on. I'm waiting for Sarge. See if he'll get on.
Get started. Give me just a moment, please. Can y'all hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
Sorry about that. That's how we get situated. The phone was about dead. When you get my Bluetooth here about it, I said.
No worries. All good.
So you said you run a 55 grain. What is that in?
55 grains of powder, brother.
Oh,
With a 220, yeah.
I got you. So that's for your 350.
That's actually for odd six.
Or not the 55 grains wouldn't fit a 350. I'm sorry. What am I thinking? Yeah, I think so. Here,
No worries, Wayne.
Several months back, I bought a bunch of stuff off a guy that he claimed he just found the crap. Talking to him, I kind of believe it, and looking at stuff, I kind of believe it. There was about 300 Sierra Magic King bullets, and there was about 600 150 Game Kings. You know, all 30 cal, about 5 pounds of 30-30.
Yeah, I got a group chat going right now, Wayne, so you're going to hear a couple different voices over there.
I'm sorry?
Catfish, I'm on a multi-platform, man, so it's not just you guys I'm talking to. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay, no worries. You know, I bought all this stuff, and there's a deal in Tumblr. It was a hell of a deal I picked up. And, yeah, I got the bullets I was originally planning to flip them because it wasn't something I normally use. The powder said, well, you know, I'll eventually use some 30-31. There's like 5 pounds of it. You know, it'll be a lifetime supply of it for me. And
You know, Wayne, I wish your group allowed pages to join because I would just post right to your group, man.
The bullets, you know, weren't really something I could sell, but I figured, yeah, you know what, I'll start using, try these out. Yeah, I mean, a little cheap gun, I had no intention of keeping, but it's kind of begging me to keep it now.
Well, yeah. I've found that, like in odd six, this is just me personally, and I'm kind of a ballistics geek, that I found that the odd six likes heavier bullets. You know,
That's kind of what I figured.
210s, 220s. I took for my 50th birthday, I actually went on a bison hunt in Montana.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
And so that was 2 years ago. I'm old as shit. But anyway, and I loaded some.
Yeah, Wayne, I can't do that.
Yeah, some 220 grain Hornady with.
Not directly from Mag5s, at least.
Yeah, with super performance, I use 55. I want to say 55.5 grains at standard length, and I took a 800. I think she was 840 at 145 yards, with an .6 Rem 700 bolt gun, and I'm gonna tell you what, that 220 just slapped. It was,
I'd imagine.
yeah, it hit hard. It was
See, I've
20 feet per second, so it got her done.
my original deer rifle, I still have an absolute love, is it's 300 mag and it's a Ruger 77 Mark II stainless. And you know, when I first got it, I was still fairly new to reloading. I saw 220 round nose. Oh, that'll be a hell of a bullet for hog. I mean, that's kind of stupid. And first batch of test loads, one of those loads pulled a half-inch group, 5 shots. I mean, it was legit covered with a penny shot, and
Had 100 yards.
Yeah, 100 yards off the bench.
Yeah, Wayne, if I did it from my personal page,
And it was, so that's what I ran with.
yeah, we could do it from our personal page, but we just can't do it from our Mag5 page. I tried joining through Mag5 to your group, and it says that your group doesn't accept page
I've been chasing
invites.
a 165 load. So, based on theoretical, looking at max loads in the book, this is somewhere to kind of play with. I bought the ballistics and a bunch of different stuff. At 165, with the right zero, is flatter shooting at distance out to 400 yards and a little bit beyond than any other round. Even like everybody says 180, 180. I've got a ballistic chart, that max velocity, and I think it's like a weird 24 yard zero. You can actually get plus or minus 4.6 inches out to 400 yards.
Oh, 100%. So, what bullet are you running in a 155?
Sierra Game Teams. Once I find that it actually has some problems at 165, then I'll probably step up the game to 10th game teams, because I'll have a little bit better PC. But I may just stick to some 180s, because so I wouldn't mind that, pretty much not everything I know about reloading, or at least as far as what I was taught, instead of learning, picking it up. He passed away several years ago, and his son gave me the 300 mag ammo that he had loaded, and I took some of it, it was about 100 rounds, so it's all 180s, and I took some the other day, I put the scope on the gun, and I thought, well, I need something to, kind of zero, get it four-sided, zeroed in, and everything before I go to test loads. Eventually get the test loads, but I'll just sign it up for these. I'll see what they do. You never know.
Right.
26 inches.
Yeah, the 165 versus the 180. If I remember correctly, I don't have my guide in front of me. The 165s are like a G1 BC of like 571. And then the 180s are like 598. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. But when you get it,
the 180s are a little bit better, I believe, on the GC. Or
yeah,
the BC.
yeah.
But from what I found, the 165 leads the barrel just fast enough, just faster enough that it overcomes it.
I mean,
they're really close. They're really close.
They are. What twists are you running?
I have no idea. It's like it's whatever the stock is for those Rugers. I looked it up at one point. I forget what the standard is on those. I want to say it's 110 is the standard for that Ruger.
Right. So
But I don't quote me on that.
yeah, if you get down to a 1 and 7, 1 and 7.5, and you go up to like, I mean, hell, I've run 250 grain AMAX for a 1 and 7.5 in an .6, and there's some MOA at 300.
Hey guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night, man. I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow.
All right, bro.
I appreciate you guys joining. I really do. I hate to end your conversation as deep as it was.
I'm sure we'll see each other again.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm sure I'll be. I won't be on tomorrow. I won't be back on until Monday. All right, guys. So I'll check you guys out then. All right.
All right, see you, brother.
Later. All right, Wayne. I'll see you, buddy. Have a good night.